In Sentinel, we also have the option of working with external signals from indicators that we provide. The Mirage indicator is exclusively available to our Mirage customers, so I won't go into it any further here. The Rig Finder is freely available, and we would like to work with it now. We have 3 areas here, each for body and for wig touch. Once, the Max wig and the Mini rig variants, which we can work with. And they're for rig touch, body touch, and close inside. Let's take a look at exactly what these are. I say okay here and end the strategy for now. Our Rig Finder indicator is always loaded in this chart template, but is not yet visible. Click here on the Rig Finder to open this menu. We can make configurations here for Max and for Min Wig, IEE, whether we want to have a certain minimum or maximum length. For this example, let's go to the minimum length, i.e. Min Wig. This is the one here. We have various setting options here. Firstly, we can specify the minimum size of the TIG. I'll set the whole thing to 20 here. Then, wig location for bearish bars, for bullish bars, and for dojis. So a doji here now is that the open equals close. So that means a real doji with no body. We now want to show for bearish bars. We have to show either above or below or both, or the longer one. I'm going to put this on both, and also for bullish bars on both. We don't see anything yet because we have to reload the whole thing again. We need this range right away so that we can display signals here. But first, let's take a look at the levels. We can still say here whether we want to color the bars and up to where the levels can be seen. But first we click OK. And once here in the chart, reload Ninja script. So it takes a moment and we can already see these orange levels here. These are now our Rig Finder levels because the solid lines have not yet been touched. The lines that are very easy to recognize here, very thin, have already been treated. We call this broken and unbroken. I'll make this a bit bigger, then it will be clearer here. In order to be able to work with it in Central, we still have to define how it should become a signal. For example, I would now like to use this red bar here, i.e. a negative bar, if it has broken this level here with its rig. I would like to place a by stop order above it. That is my goal. To achieve that, I'm going to go on Min Wig here, and I want to see a rig touch here. So I want the rig to touch this level. So rig touch calculates signal. Now I say here that the bar that has to do this must either fulfill the conditions for Max Wig, for Min Wig, or both are possible in this case. So I also say Min Wig here because this wig is also so long that you create a level down here, and I would like to use that as a configuration now, as a configuration. And then I have to say show signal marker. When I do that, then nothing happens yet because I have to reload the whole chart again so that it is calculated correctly. I right click and say reload Ninja script. It takes a moment again and we can already see small triangles forming here. And we can already see that whenever the condition is met, i.e. in this case, a wig, at least 20 ticks long, has broken through a level. A signal is generated above it. What is this marker? And for short as well, because here a long TIG has also broken this level and a signal is generated below it. And here again, the same. A line has emerged here. I have a long that is broken, and at beardless, this signal arises. We can now continue to work with these levels. I'll reload the chart again, so that we really have all the signals in it. And now we can continue working with it. We have said that we would like to have a long signal here, which means that we first start our strategy 2001 in order to configure it. Now the old one is still displayed. Then we go into the configuration, and then we change it for now. We said we were on short, which means we really want to continue working with short tricks. And for this, we take this as an example. So we want to trade the signal here because it is broken here at the top, 2001. So we first look at the short here and take everything else out here, except that the candle is bearish. I take out everything here once, which we had previously configured. And now we basically only have the bearish condition. And now we go into our external signal here, and we have configured in the Pathfinder that our Min Wick, wig touch. So we have our minimum wig, at least 20 ticks we said, and it touches this wig touch level. That's where the whole thing comes from. And only if this condition is met do we get a signal here. What's really exciting here is that there can be conditions here, so I can tick several things. And this is defined as an OR condition. So I can either turn on the away touch or the body touch. If one of the two is there, I get a signal. I confirm this here with OK and let it calculate once. Ideally, we should now get an entry signal right here. And that is the case. We now see our entry signal right here because these conditions have been met. That's what these settings are for. What all this is in detail in the Wick Finder. There will be a separate video for the Wick Finder product. We also have the option of working with Heiken Ashi bars. There is also a separate video about this, and you can program your own indicator. We can provide information about this on request, and then pass this signal to here as an external input in order to define a condition and work with it. In the next video, we will return to the topic of 2-bar mode.